Hi, Karina here, your Lucid Living Coach. How are you guys? If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm an intuitive, transformational life coach and astrologist, and I'm here to give you the full moon in Capricorn video. What's going on now? What's going on? I got a little sparkle there. Oh, okay. Full moon Capricorn happening July 3rd, which is the day before our independence celebration in the United States. It's happening at 4:38 a.m. and this is going to be at 11 degrees of Capricorn. Now, the new moon in Capricorn, which will be January 11th of 2024. So this is the completion for the new beginning that we will have in January. It will be right before Pluto enters back into Aquarius. There is big things happening for this full moon in Capricorn. Now, for the United States, this is happening in the first house, highlighting ourselves, our appearance, how we appear in the world, in our relationships, who is our allies and who are our enemies. I think a lot of this has a lot to do with our karma here in the world as well. Capricorn is the energy around karma. It is associated with the sea goat. Now, the sea goat is part goat and part sea horse. That's why they call it the sea goat. So behind it's like a seahorse, and the front is like a goat. So it is a cardinal earth sign, which they do initiate. They do start things. Now, the opposite of Capricorn, it's same coin, just opposite side, is Cancer. This is why Cancers, when they're too much in their emotions, they want to focus more on work, which is the Capricorn aspect. Now, Capricorn and Cancer both share the same qualities, just in a balancing dichotomy type of way. So when the Capricorn sea goat wants to move forward, it takes its time. And why does it take its time? Because it can't easily back out once it's put itself in there. So just like a sea goat, right? It can move forward, but it can't move backwards. Not with that seahorse type tail, right? So that's why they take their time, they're very diligent, and they understand what it takes. That time and effort and hard work, what it takes to really succeed. And this is why Capricorn is the ruler of the top of our chart, which is the MC, which is the cusp of the 10th house of career and legacy. So with that being said, there's a lot in this full moon that is highlighting our career, our legacy, because this is the full moon in Capricorn. The sun is conjunct Mercury in Cancer, which is giving a lot of intellectual, mental action. But this action is not only on our career and our resources and how we can provide for ourselves, but also what it's going to take to get the stability that we need, the safety, the security, and the nurturing that we need. And so we're looking at not only our career and legacy, but we're looking at our relationships and our partnerships and our creative passions too. Because we have Venus and Mars in Leo, and there is a square happening with Uranus. So there is some frustration that around how we provide for ourselves and our value and our resources and our financial wealth. we have been through a lot as a collective since 2020, and we're trying to dig ourselves out of this hole, right? And so we also want to focus on the things that provide us joy, like love and romance and creativity and our passions. But there is a lot of focus on building our legacy and our career and making the money to really provide that stability and safety that we need. So it's like building our home, right? And our relationships. Now, there is also happening a trine to Jupiter. So this moon is trining Jupiter, which is in Taurus. So there is a lot of things available for us in the area of building our legacy, but financially being successful within that. So really, we're just being strategic. We really have to think and be strategic about what our moves are. This could be a very frustrating energy, and it starts today, which is June 25th. And yeah, so, if you haven't liked my video yet, please put a little like, a little thumbs up. It helps the algorithms. And even if you'd like to leave a little comment and just tell me what your sign is. Also, I am hosting a paint and sip on July 1st. It's Astro Paint and Sips. And I am hosting the next one on July 1st here in Crockett at Cafe Dolce. This is a Saturday at 4:30 p.m. It'll go until 7:30 p.m. We will provide the wine and the beautiful atmosphere with the canvas and the paints and everything you need to have a good time and just let loose and heal through creativity. And what more can you ask when we have Venus and Mars in the sign of Leo, which is all about creativity? So if you haven't been and you are local and you would like to go, please go to my Instagram at lucid_living_coach. You can see a little bit of our past paint and sips. And if you have Venmo, you can Venmo $55, which includes your first glass of wine, to Lucid Living Coach. And that will be down in the description. I hope to see you. It's a lot of fun connecting with the community. And if you'd like to hire me for a private event, like a birthday or a baby shower, to paint anything for the baby's room, it's really, really fun and creative, where you have art pieces of all your friends and family in the baby room. Yeah, just hit me up. All right, so let's get right into this. Now, Capricorn rules the spleen and the knees in the body. So each zodiac sign rules a thing in the body. Like Leo rules the heart, and Gemini rules the lungs. Well, right behind the left lung is the spleen, and it's important for the lymphatic system. And that's what Capricorn rules. Now, Capricorn is the planet of stability. It even looks like a chair, but it's looks like kind of like an H or something like that. And also, Pluto just retrograde back into Capricorn, where it will be until March. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Where it will be until January. Now, Pluto was at the last degrees of Capricorn last in March. That's what I meant to say. And so there's a lot of energy that is reliving. We're going back to March and before March, trying to figure out what exactly is important to us, what we want to do. So let's say for the rising Leos, Capricorn is ruling the 6th house of health and our work, our daily routines and habits. So a lot of us Leos are reconsidering our daily routines, our daily rituals, how we work, how we want to work going forward. And a lot of these reconsiderations, as we adjust our schedules, adjust our daily routines, and I definitely feel like I have not been working out at the gym as much as I'd like to. So that has definitely been at the top of my list. But all the adjustments that we're going to make for the remainder of the year will then be set and ready to move forward in January. So you're going to want to take a look in your birth chart to see where Capricorn is or what house it's ruling, to give you ideas as where this Pluto retrograde is affecting you, and also where this full moon is affecting you, because the full moon illuminates this area of your chart. So you want to look at where 11 degrees of Capricorn is. Now, Saturn is retrograde in Pisces at 7 degrees during this full moon. Now, there are periods of known, so these kinds of retrogrades, Saturn in Pisces retrogrades, it brings reflective and introspective energy. Now, the Capricorn influence adds a focus on responsibility and discipline and personal growth. So when Capricorn or Saturn is in retrograde motion in Pisces, it encourages a deep explanation of your inner world and the structures that support your spiritual and emotional well-being. We might be finding ourselves reflecting on our spiritual beliefs, exploring the unconscious patterns, and reevaluating our relationships with the intangible aspects of life. So you want to look at where 7 degrees of Pisces is as it's moving in lower degrees as it retrogrades. Now, today when I'm recording this is June 25th and Mercury is square Neptune. This is it's not fun energy. It's a square day. Tomorrow, which is Monday, is a square day as well. Mercury is entering in the sign of Cancer as well. The moon is square to the sun tomorrow. So today and tomorrow are kind of challenging days emotionally. And I don't think that we're really seeing things clear. And like, even our intellectual thought process is like, it's too hazy and like it's really out of whack right now. So it's really not a good time to to get things done, I guess. We are in Cancer season, and as much as it's a cardinal energy, it is water energy. And Mercury is not the best in water signs either. And Mercury is combusts the sun practically at a 3-degree orb. And it's in Cancer, which is this watery, like we're just wanting to be home, like be cozy in our bed. And we want to be connecting with those that nurture our souls and that, you know, kind of more of like, oh, I just want to be with my boo, Netflix and chill type energy, right? Yeah, the sun square the moon. During this transit, we may be experiencing emotional challenges, okay? As you navigate between your personal desires and the need to maintain harmonious relationships. We have our own needs, yes. There is a feeling of needing some kind of liberation or freedom from our responsibilities. If it's not your job, then maybe it's your relationships. And especially if the relationships are suffocating and you don't feel free, this is going to be a feeling of wanting to just break free from all those things. When Uranus is involved with anything, Uranus just wants freedom. There can be a sense of internal tension between fulfilling our own emotional needs and considering the needs and expectations of others. And this is going to be huge when the nodes change, because the north node is going to be changing into Aries next month. and the South Node is Libra. So this is all about our partnerships and ourselves and being able to balance our needs with the needs of others, but really focusing on what we need. And especially if you've been all about what other people need, this is going to be a really good shift of energy, because you're going to feel more, you're going to feel happier if you're really pouring into your own cup during that 18-month transit. It's important to find a balance between your self-care and compromise during this transit. Honoring your own emotional well-being is critical, but is also important to be mindful of the impact of your actions and decisions that has on your relationship. So open communication, active listening, and the willingness to find the win-win solution can help you navigate this aspect with greater ease. So this transit invites you to reflect on how you can integrate your emotional needs with the desires for harmonious relationships. So finding ways to express your emotions authentically while also considering the needs of those around you will be key during this time. It may also be helpful to create a supportive and nurturing environment that allows you to tend to your emotional well-being while maintaining healthy connections with others. Now, Mars is square Uranus all week, which is very frustrating energy of not being able to or feeling the energy to move forward, to move things forward. There's things blocking it, people blocking it, yourself getting in your own way. Mars being in Leo, wanting to have fun and not work. Mars in Leo square Uranus in Taurus aspect signifies a dynamic and potentially challenging alignment between the planet Mars and Uranus, and the square generally indicates this tension and friction, requiring attention and proactive handling of the energies. So Mars is our energy and our action and our assertiveness and our drive. And in Leo, it brings a quality of like self-expression and creativity and leadership. And Uranus is rebellion and innovation and sudden changes, while Taurus represents the stability and being practical and your material possessions, which we're all trying to figure out how we can make that happen. With Mars and Leo squaring Uranus in Taurus, there may be a clash between the desire for our personal freedom and our self-expression and the need for stability and security in our life. So this aspect can bring about a strong urge for independence and individuality, pushing you to break free from constraints and embrace the unique identity that we've built for ourselves. Now, this is a rebellious energy. It could also create disruptions and unexpected changes and challenges in stability and your comfort that you seek. So our relationships and our work. It's important to be mindful of the impulsive actions and potential conflicts that may arise during this aspect. So we just really want to be able to communicate our desires. If we're feeling frustrated, we're feeling suffocated, we're feeling trapped, then we need to have a conversation. And, you know, it's not about my way or the highway. It's about, you know, really finding a balance where both parties are feeling heard and that their needs are both getting met. Now, Jupiter is trining this moon. So Jupiter is like about your aim. In Taurus, our values and resources. And it's trining the moon, our intuition. In Capricorn, which is career and legacy. So Jupiter aim sextile also the sun, which is artistry, in Cancer, which is feeling insecurity and home. So there is some really nice energy flow for this full moon, maybe just highlighting like what exactly we want to put forth our energy in creating stability and our resources towards the things like our creativity and our emotions and our passions. Like we are all ready to make our passion our paycheck. Now, Saturn is trine the South Node, which is the collective South Node right now, which has been here for the last 17 months, 18 months, because the South Node will be changing into Libra and next month. So this transit encourages us to draw upon the wisdom gained from the past experiences and applying it in a practical and structured manner. So it's time of taking responsibility for your own actions and making conscious choices that align with your long-term goals and aspirations. So we may feel a sense of maturity right now or groundedness as we navigate through any challenges or obstacles, because they are there with all these squares, and focusing on the areas of our life that need improvement, whether that's your relationships, your finances, your career and legacy, your passions, your children. So making the necessary adjustments to create that solid foundation for your future success. Now, Mars is conjunct Venus in Leo. They've been traveling together. They haven't been exactly conjunct because I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're just going to travel really close to one another. I'll have to look into that and I'll get back to you. But this transit invites you to embrace your and express your passions and desires and creativity. It's a time of relationship and romance pursuits, bold explorations of your unique talents. This is a heightened drive to pursue creative endeavors, love and romance, but also creating a financial flow and resources. Like, it's okay to like make money at the things that you love and that you're good at and that make you happy. I mean, that's really ideal. Now, the sun is conjunct Mercury. Like I said, it's combust here. It creates a lot of energy and vitality. Like I said, communicating, intellect, and the thought process that amplifies the energy of the mental focus of self-expression and introspection. We might find it easier to align with our feelings and desires around creating a stable and safe home and those relationships that create those feelings, because it is in Cancer. And Cancer adds that nurturing and empathetic quality to this aspect of this full moon that's highlighting our emotions and our well-being and stability is around providing the stable career and financial income. We may be reflecting on the relationships, exploring our emotions, and expressing our authenticity and connecting on a deeper level. Now, Capricorn is associated with the Devil card in the tarot, and this is all around shadow self, attachment, addiction, restriction, sexuality, because the Devil card is about bondage and like having these karmic ties to this human experience. It's releasing limitations and beliefs, exploring dark thoughts and detachments, and really just like healing from them. These are negative habits, dependencies, behaviors, thought patterns, relationships, and addictions may have a significant impact on you. You might feel trapped between the pleasures these provide and the long-term pain that they bring. So we're like working through these shadow aspects of ourselves, and rather than viewing the situation negatively, consider it an opportunity to become consciously aware of the negative influences. So by doing this, we're really empowering ourselves. We're taking our power back. We're directing the attention towards the negative patterns that are hindering our process. Like, we're trying to find what is really eliminating our growth and our potential, and what's really holding us back, the things that are weakening our strength or our power. And remembering that even healthy attachment can transform into unhealthy, like codependency in relationships, or codependency on our jobs or our bosses. There's a lot here that's just coming up around these karmic things that we've really had to work through. So I will pull some cards. See here. For 11 degrees of Capricorn. The young boy joyously kisses a fat old lady. Ew. Polarities go against each other in order to find each other again. When they are still busy going against each other, they pull you apart. And this experience is so definitive, so intensive, and so traumatic that you learn to bring the polarities back together any way you can. The journey to make this possible is an extensive one because along the way you must mediate between discrimination and release. You are walking a collective karmic edge between the old and the new, in which both of them must be honored in just the right ways. Yet the work it takes to bring polarities together in a fresh way is monumental. And that work is utterly redemptive, of infinite meaning and scope, in opening doors and letting totality in by conviction, by affinity, and by surrender to the great inevitable. So yeah, this also speaks about karma and duality and balancing relationships. And yeah, there's just a lot of, I think, frustrating energy this week. And I just think that we should just focus on the energy that it provides each day and going with that energy, because we can't be 100% all the time, and we need to allow ourselves just to release and let go, especially for the Leos. Cancer, we're in Cancer season, and this is really highlighting our 12th house of our unconscious. And so a lot of things that are getting in our way, a lot of things are coming up. Our dreams are crazy. Like, I've been having some really wild dreams, and just trying to remember them, chart them, and just see what the message is in them and how we can heal and move forward. And I think that a lot of the things that are coming up in our dreams are helping us release and move forward and really like overcome some of the things and the blockages that have came up from our past. And also some cancers that the cancers that haven't had their birthday, like anything leading up right before our birthdays can be draining and tiring. And so it is the end of our solar year for a lot of cancers, and for all the Leos. And so we're just stepping into this new chapter, this new solar year. So I'm excited for the new solar year. I am going to read from the Alice in Wonderland deck, the Circus Oracle, the Gaia, the Life, and the Animal Spirit. So let's see what we got here for the full moon. Inspired action. Get in alignment and your actions will be enlightened and inspired. Different vibrations will inspire different actions. If you're feeling tired, your inspired action will be to rest or sleep. If you're feeling love, you will be inspired to loving action, inward and outward. So you will think loving thoughts and do things that will emulate love in your day. Difficulties arise when we demand of ourselves things that don't match our current vibration. Everything happens energetically before it occurs physically. If you try to do it the other way around, you will feel frustrated, sad, and defeated. So get into the feeling that you think you will feel when you have the thing that you desire, and your inspiration to create more of the same will come to you. So we want to use the power of manifestation, and that is through thought, and thoughts become feelings, and feelings is the strongest way of manifestation. Now we'll do the Gaia Oracle. One already popped out, so I'll take that. 5, Gaia, wisdom, knowledge, spiritual understanding, which is the Gaia deck. So, well, there you go. The Gaia card is the most powerful card in the deck. I wonder why. It shows that you have a deep spiritual connection to the earth and a deep spiritual understanding of life. Gaia is the earth mother. Thanks you for the love and consideration you showed towards her and the love that you have for all living things. She encourages you to greatly and lovingly share your wisdom and knowledge of the earth with others. Perhaps you may join with like-minded souls to share your message of love, or you may choose to do practical things to help the earth restore her balance and well-being. Yet, this is not a call to preach to others. You are the beacon of light. Remain that way. Share your knowledge and wisdom only to those that are ready to hear it. And do not fear the earth changes that are taking place, for all is evolving and unfolding as it should. All that earth needs is a little more love. So that's for sure. The earth is changing in huge ways. As above, so below. The magnetic poles are shifting. The North Pole is the masculine, the South Pole is the feminine, and it is going through a reversal. So it's not an accident that here on Earth is reflecting the same masculine, feminine polarities. So while it's shifting, there's all this crazy energy that is everywhere. So we have all kinds of different genders now, which has to do with masculine, feminine energies and not being direct. So that's a flip. As above, so below. We're experiencing it all while the earth is changing. Now, I will pull from the Alice in Wonderland. Woo! There's one. I love that when they pop out quick. 28, nonsense. It's time to talk sense. So it looks like there's Alice and the Queen. 28. The Queen turned crimson with fury, and after glaring at her for a moment like a wild beast, began screaming, "Off with her head! Off with the—" "Nonsense," said Alice very loudly and decidedly, and the Queen was silent. Sometimes, like Alice, you are going to surprise yourself with your courage. When someone is being aggressive and threatening, you will need to stand up to them and speak to them very firm and strong manner, much as Alice does to the Queen, who is overly fond of abusing her power, threatening nearly everybody and relating to people in one way only. Overbearance, if this is taking place with a person or situation within your life, you need to call that someone out on their bad behavior. Like Alice, you do not need to say very much or criticize the person, argue with them, or even point out what they're doing. You simply need to be firm, clear, and direct, and cut through all the nonsense that is taking place. If you do this, you will silence them and they can do you no harm. They will be so surprised that someone is expressing their personal power and pointing out their silliness that you will be quite safe. Others will be grateful, and in time, they too will stand up for themselves. Even though you may not be as powerful as the other person, your inner courage, when expressed, makes you an amazing person who can change the world with a simple refusal to tolerate bad behavior for one moment longer. So that card is just saying, stand up for yourself, especially if you're having a bad go with a boss or a superiority. You don't have to take abuse, you know? We're all human, and just because someone is a manager or a boss doesn't mean that they're any bigger than you. So stand your ground and speak up for yourself. Supernova 8. This is a pretty picture. This is the Divine Circus Oracle 8. Something in you needs to be unleashed. This is not quiet and steady growth, but more like a wild explosion of creative energy and sacred fire. Oh, okay. This is talking about the Leo energy. The sparks your rapid growth will create shall ignite your body, mind, and soul, inspiring you to expand even beyond what you believe is possible. Your light will shine far and wide. You cannot control it, but you can trust it. A rocket is capable of traveling far and with great power and speed before settling into an effortless orbit far beyond the world in which it began its journey. To launch, however, requires power. A quiet and contained power is not appropriate for the task. A raw and explosive force is needed to propel a rocket from the known world of Earth towards its destiny orbit in space. The oracle of supernova indicates a time of rapid growth, so accelerated and powerful that it can feel like an explosion, as if you were the rocket being launched into space. It tends to be of high intensity but short duration. Whilst this is a positive thing, it can cause shockwaves and disrupting patterns and create feelings of instability and even uncertainty. As your world starts to change in ways you don't feel are within your personal control, you may feel like there is a powerful momentum moving you out of what your life has been towards some new unknown destiny. As it moves from the drastic force of the launch towards the eventual peace of an effortless orbit, the rocket will jettison the very thing needed to get the journey started. This isn't about disposing of the essentials, the people, the things that really mean something to your heart, but rather about letting go of old attitudes, ideas, ways of being, and attachments to allow for utter freedom to ascend. After the intensity of the birth and the effortlessness of your orbit into a new world will require a different attitude. What you needed to begin your journey to start new venture or lifestyle will be different to what is required to continue on your life journey. You need to trust in what is happening at all points on your journey. Don't hold on to a supportive system, belief system, or ways of being out of fear. Sometimes it's just time to let go because it's not relevant for your journey anymore. And if you try to hold on, you will eventually just be holding yourself back. So when the time comes to let go, you'll feel it. People or situations will not be able to reach you, and you or you them, even if you're making an effort to try to stay connected. Previous support systems and connections won't be able to support you anymore on the next steps of your journey. And it's like they are training wheels that are no longer needed. They would just get in the way. So you have gratitude for what was, and with love, you let it go. The obstacle of supernova reminds you that after the intensity of birth, there is another birth of sorts. The settling into a new pattern of life at the higher altitude with more peace, effortlessness, and consciousness. Each phase happens naturally, and you'll feel when and how to respond to each phase in your life as you trust yourself. Very good card. It was long. I started falling asleep towards the end, but it was a very good card with a lot of truth and a lot of understanding for aligned with this full moon. So I have the fire ants, the lamb, and the snake all popped out. So we're only going to read one. So I'm going to. I've been having this eye twitch, which is really odd. A lot of weird. The lamb. Okay, stop. Twitch, stop. Oh God. The lamb. The little lamb. Oh, little. Peaceful, prophetic, and patient. The lamb is the bearer of an important message. Its contents can only be heard when a deep level of quiet has been established. Lamb energy is the honest guidance that you hear from an old friend, a young child, or sometimes a surprising stranger. Through the lamb's message may channel through another person, the wisdom resonates within you. It will repeat and reverberate until you listen. Approach is gentle preacher with utmost patience and reverence. Truth is a gift. Sit still, listen, and receive. When in balance, knowingness and inner peace. When out of balance, quiet, timid, and concerned. And to bring into balance, meditation and listening. So there we go. I'm going to go ahead and roll the dice and pick some tarot and some making magic. What do we got? We got 9th house, Libra, and Mercury. So there is a lot of mental chatter going on about our relationships and what we believe that they can give and provide, and how they are, how we can balance our beliefs too with the beliefs of others. So, temperance, that's the Sag card, which is the 9th house, which is around our beliefs. And it is around our healing and balancing healthy relationships. So the relationship card, the Knight of Wands, and the 6 of Wands. So we have a lot of intellect cards as well coming out. Let me see if there's anything else that wants to come out. Let's see here. Oh, no. That. Oh, the Knight of Wands. So it looks like this is going to be the focal. I'm going to go through the cards one more time. Whoa. The 6 of Cups. Okay. Okay. And the Knight of Cups. Okay, there's someone coming in here with a lot of knights, so it's interesting. So the Temperance is about balancing relationships, and this is, I think this is just saying being patient. Being patient, as the energy might not be there, but the energy will be there, because we pulled the Knight of Wands twice, and this is all about energy, passion, inspired action, adventure. And so I think that's what it's trying to say. And also the Cups, this is the Knight of Cups. I think that we're going to get a lot of emotional offers, and we're going to be satisfied. And then we have the 6 of Cups, which is 6 of Cups is like, I think it's just like emotional fulfillment. Like if we just be patient and just get through the square energy, it's harder energy, I'm not gonna lie. But And I think that if we just learn from the past too, like, I think a lot of things are coming up around our past, especially now that Venus is going to be moving retrograde next month. So a lot of people from the past and memories from the past, even like, yeah, things are showing us like where we've come from and how far we've come. And we definitely want to be able to pass those tests. And so we can get those blessings, because there's so many blessings awaiting for us. Like with all these wand cards, the Six of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and then the Knight of Cups. I think there's a lot that is coming up, and we just have to see where our relationships have been, where they going, and which ones are in our life now, and really like see what through the past that we learned that really prepared us for what is happening now, and having that fulfillment and that satisfaction. So I'm going to end with one card for meditating on with the symbol, and that is little luxuries and prosperity. Generates luxurious experiences and surroundings, and a prosperous business with riches and success. And I think these are coming our way. These are great little symbols to meditate on while you are manifesting your financial dreams. Because that full moon in Capricorn is all about our successes and our career and what we're going to leave behind when we pass on to the next chapter of our life. So thank you for liking, subscribing, and sharing. I appreciate all your comments and all your support, and I hope to see you at the Paint and Sip. If you're interested in getting a reading from me or coaching with me, you can go over to my website at www.lucidlivingmovement.com. All right, talk to you later.